What's going on? It's Brother Jay again. I'm back with another one of my thought of the days. And my thought of the day is the Lord's will. Now, before I get into this too far, let me explain. My religion affiliation is spiritual. And the reason why I claim that is because I do believe in God and I do believe in Jesus, but when you claim a factor these days, it's like gang banging. What? What? You're a fucking regular Christian. Well, I'm a born again Christian and shit. And what? Well, I'm a Catholic, so that outdoes your Christianity. And what? You're a Muslim? Fuck you. My Christianity, we've been fighting since the Moor days, and it's like gang banging. So what I'm talking about, is from my own personal knowledge of one avenue, which is called the Lord's will. Now, this is what I get mad at with especially modern day black people. They always want to invoke the Lord's name, but they always want to say, well, if it was meant to be, it will be, because that's the Lord's will. Now, people don't understand how that is defeating not only the message, but the intent. Okay, so let me break it down. Okay. The Lord was in heaven and stuff like that. He had these angels, and they was basically like robots. Like, whatever you say, Lord, I'll do it. So he said, well, let me create some beings and give them free will. You know what I'm saying? Let you choose to love me. That was truthfully the Lord's will. But see, now, because these beings are either afraid or not responsible enough to take responsibility for their actions, so they're saying, oh, it's God's will. This is why I did this, because God said so. Look, God haven't talked to people in some thousands of years. And I'm not going to assume to think for the Lord, but if I was the Lord, this is how I would think. If I'm telling you, hey, look, don't eat that fucking apple, and you did it, or hey, look, go that way. Well, I'm going to go this way. If I'm talking to you in an audible 3D voice that you hear me, and you're still doing some other shit, then why should I talk to you anymore? But then when I don't talk to you, you want to say, oh, everything I'm doing is God's will. See, first of all, let me clear this record, man. Let me clear this record. Okay. When you're born of free will, that means everything falls on you. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up here and say, well, God directed me this direction, and when it don't pan out and stuff like that, well, God chose something. See, you making excuses and stuff like that, and you invoking the Lord's name in it. You know what I'm saying? These people need to understand, just be who you was. You are a human. Now, the Lord sees the long game. You don't see the long game. Only thing you see is inches in front of you, like football. You know what I'm saying? You only see I need to get 10 yards. But the Lord sees the whole 100. You know what I'm saying? And you want to act like the Lord because, if he... I hear this so many times. It's funny, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? I believe that if the Lord didn't mean this to happen, it wouldn't have happened. And that's why I want to just slap these people and say, look, I respect that you believe in the Lord. I respect that. But you have to understand, you was created with free will. That means your choices and another person's choice led to that result. That wasn't the Lord's will. That's human beings interacting with human beings' will. So, especially in the black community, I'm tired of hearing this. I really am tired of hearing this. I'm saying, whatever must be, must be. That's some silly shit. You know what I'm saying? That is some silly shit. Because if you look at the dynamic on how human beings was created in the first place, the Lord created a perfect place for motherfuckers. But these motherfuckers didn't like or want that perfect place. So now here's this other place right now that we're living in now. And even people are saying, well, Lord, why not grab me and take me to the perfect place? Because you motherfuckers keep choosing misery. You keep choosing to be angry and jealous of each other and be, accusing people of false shit, or embarrassed because something happened to you so you can't tell the truth, so you're going to lie on motherfuckers. And this is the time and this is the bad that we living in, but motherfuckers ain't taking responsibility for their actions. They trying to blame it on God's will. And everybody act like they got ownership over God. You know what I'm saying? The Muslims ownership, you know what I'm saying? The Jews ownership, you know what I'm saying? Christian, born again Christian, you know what I'm saying? New Christ, around Christ, a back forward Christ, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know what I'm saying? You're like, what? Who? See, and the crazy part is they use part of the book against you. But when you point out certain parts of the book, they're like, oh, I'm not trying to face that shit. No, not denial. I'm not here. One thing I'm saying, look. If you want to invoke the Lord, then invoke with respect. If the Lord wanted to wipe you out tomorrow, you'll wipe the fuck out. So don't act like, like, oh, I'm doing the Lord's will. No. You're doing what you choose to do, and the Lord is going to judge you on what you do. So don't play it off like, I'm doing God's bidding. That's silly. That is some silly shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, only those that are not. See, let me. I want to offend nobody, so let me say it correctly. They're smart enough to read the book, but they're not smart enough to digest what they're reading. So they're just saying things off a page like, oh, Psalms this right here. Oh, let me just say that. But they're not saying the true meaning. Because in the book, there's a difference between actual things and parables. So there's some things that didn't actually happen, but the person's saying, let's say I threw the mustard seed issue. You know what I'm saying? So some things don't technically happen. Some things are meant to be example to learn from. But see, these people, saying that throw the Bible or verses in your face, saying they truly are not, they're not, I won't say holy people. You know what I'm saying? Because true holy people wouldn't throw the word of God at you, because even God says, my word is here. So if the Lord can't penetrate these people, what do you think you're invoking the Lord's word to people is going to penetrate people? You know what I'm saying? When it said, you know what I'm saying, that in the book, you know what I'm saying, when you pray, then you pray in private, you know what I'm saying, because that's between you and the Lord. So as long as you keep doing that, you know what I'm saying, you know, that is your relationship with the Lord. Now, what people keep making mistakes in real life is like this. Like for example, like this. Let's say me, Jay, okay? I am the cousin of Al Green. Okay? Now, Al Green went and made his name, made his bones, did what he did. He earns respect. Boom. But here I am, a younger version, and anytime you see I'm trying to like get something to my advantage, I'm using Al Green's name. You know what I'm saying? Now, probably at first he wouldn't mind it because I'm his, you know what I'm saying, like family relative. You know what I'm saying? But eventually he's gonna be like, man, yo, what's up? No, what's up, young motherfucker? You know, why you keep using my name? You know what I'm saying? Build up off your own name. So that's the parable. That's the same. The Lord is saying, don't use me as your shield. No, 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 no. That's what you chose to do. Now, when you die, or I will judge you after that. So many people need to sit here and think, do you want to incur the eternal wrath just to have what, maybe 20, 30 years of pleasure on this earth right now compared to eternal wrath? That's why I say I am not a part of any religious sector. I am spiritual. That's all I am. But when you invoke the Lord, do not take his name in vain. That is in the book. You know? So if you want to do shitty shit, don't ever put the Lord in front of it. And at least for right now, I might make a part 2 of this, but at least for right now, I'm going to just sum this up and bring this to my synopsis and conclusion, which is that when people keep telling me that, you know what I'm saying, it must be, it was meant to be and all like this, and saying nothing is meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Because only the Lord knows where our paths are heading. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like if I walk out the door right now, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the Lord's going to keep me safe. You know what I'm saying? No. You being human and being aware of your surroundings will keep you safe. But long as you're traveling out your house with good intent, the Lord will back your play, but that's not going to keep you safe. It just means that you made a good choice. That's all it means. It don't mean like, oh, when I walk over here, you know what I'm saying, bullets are flying, you know what I'm saying, God will shield me from these bullets. But not these other people over here. No. See, they wasn't believing in the Lord. They didn't get protection like I did. Do not use the Lord's name in vain. And I'm saying this humbly to people because I just want that clear understanding out the way. Either way. Y'all have a good one. Deuce.